Hey everyone, welcome back to Tylerwood Planet. Today I'm showing you 2 ways to propagate snake plants. So snake plants, or Sansevieria, are very easy houseplants to take care of. I've had a relative tell me that if your snake plant is dying, you're not neglecting it enough. Another really cool thing about Sansevieria, or snake plants, is they're very easy to propagate, and today I'm going to show you 2 ways to propagate your snake plant. So the first method of propagation is to find some leaves on your snake plant that are kind of the middle-sized leaves. You don't want anything too large or too small, kind of in the middle range of your snake plant. What I'm going to do is find a leaf or two. What I'm going to do is cut it as close to the bottom, as close to the dirt and soil as possible. Another thing I want to keep in mind as I'm taking these cuttings is the overall look of the mother plant. I don't want it to be thrown off or lopsided, so I try and take some from all around in different areas of the snake plant to keep it equal. And once I have a few cuttings, it's as simple as placing these in a mason jar full of water. Whenever I propagated my snake plant this way, it's always given me really good results. Something I like about this method is with the clear jar, you can see when the roots begin to form and you know when they're ready to plant. You also get some really nice large leaves to get a new plant started. So I really like this method. And our other method is a little bit more time consuming, but I'll show you how to do that one as well. So just like the first propagation method where we propagated it directly in water, I'm going to select a medium-sized leaf to take a cutting. I also have a couple of leaves on this plant that have been damaged, and so I'm going to take those two and try and get them to make new starts. Our next method, we're going to be using soil. So here are the 2 snake plant leaves that I took, and these are the ones that we're going to try and propagate. Like I say, this one was a little beat up, but we still have a lot of good leaf right here that we can use for our propagation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the bottom of the leaf. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start cutting V shapes into the leaf. I'm going to cut some segments, probably about 2.5 to 3 inches long. And what I end up with is a whole bunch of pieces of snake plant leaf that look like this. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to allow these to callus over for the next few days. And the reason I like to cut a V shape, again a downward V shape, is because that helps me remember what side I need to plant. So you always plant the arrow side or the pointy side down, and then the side with 2 prongs over here always faces up. This is really important because if you flip it and plant it the wrong way, your plant won't root. So you want to make sure that the bottom most part of your cutting is the one that's going into the soil. So I'll let these callus over the next few days, and then what you do is you place these directly into your soil once they've calloused over. I have a pot right here that I've propagated some snake plant cuttings in soil. One thing that I like about this method is you take less cuttings from your original mother snake plant, and you get a lot of pieces that you can then propagate. Based on plants that I've done in the past, this does take a while for them to root, but I can tell these ones are rooted because I can give them a tug and none of them come out. So that's telling me that there's some good roots there, and now I just have to wait for them to send new pups out. So there you have it, 2 different ways that you can propagate snake plant: in soil and in water. Again, my preferred method is water, just based on, you get bigger cuttings, you get a larger plant quicker, and it's easier to notice when they're rooting. So I'll give this a few weeks and allow the roots to develop and then pot them. But there's also some benefits to propagating in soil as well. Like I said, you have to take less cuttings from your mother plant, and you also get a lot of new starts that you can then use to grow an entire new snake plant, and it's going to look really good and much more full. So pros and cons to both, but again, I'd recommend going with the water propagation method. It's a lot easier, and there's more benefits to doing it that way, in my opinion. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're looking for an interesting way to display your snake plant, check out my video about making a plant stand. It's one of the ones that I use in my son's bedroom in order to display a snake plant in his bedroom. That is on YouTube now. Thank you so much for tuning into this video today about propagating snake plant. I hope you enjoyed it, and please feel free to drop a comment below and give me all of your Sansevieria growing tips. As always, please consider subscribing if you like this content, and thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time on Tyler Would Plant It.